Welcome back to Less Cash, More Mash. My name's Tom.
Michael J.
It's been a lot of months I said I was getting rid of that guy, but he's still drumming along. And today we're cracking open a brand new bottle of Pinhook, the Hard Rye Guy. It is a Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey. 2021 version. So for those of you that aren't familiar with the Pinhook, this one happens to be 122 proof. We got it for $49.99. They started out a handful of years ago. I think they started out, they were a 4-year bourbon, and then the following year it's a 5-year bourbon, 6-year bourbon. It's going to go all the way up to a 12-year bourbon is what they're planning on. The price is slowly increasing as they go along. This one happens to be the horse was Hard Rye Guy. So what they end up doing was they try to match their barrels with the best or the most up-and-coming young thoroughbred that's going. So his name happened to be Rye Rye Guy this time with this one. It is a 60% rye, 20% corn, 20% malted barley. So it's not the 95.5 rye that you're not a huge fan of. So it has high hopes. The lefty loofy would be this way, but this tab is telling me I want to pull that way.
Looks it.
Right? So it's wrong. I'm going clockwise, and that's not lefty loosey. So, all right. So, anyways, at the time, so 2021, Hard Rye Guy was a 3-year-old colt who was in his 2nd year of racing and already had 14 starts and a total of $100,000 in winnings. So this one is distilled in the Castle and Keys. It's actually bottled in Bardstown. I think they swapped that on one of the newer ones that we did. I want to say it's something to do with maybe all of Bardstown or something. This is one of the ones we did.
I don't think I bought a 2020.
Well, this one's the 6-year one, and I think this is one of the. I think there is a 2022 over there. So at some point, they had something to do with Castle and Key. I think
2021.
I think they're moving over to Bardstown.
They have a 5 and a 4 that I know is available.
Cork. Pop. I don't know. This is a rye, but it's not a high rye, so it is 122 proof though. So that's. Although. We recently just did the Knob Creek Cask Strength Rye, and that, I want to say, is like 127 proof. And in that thing, I wouldn't have guessed rye, and we didn't guess rye. We both picked bourbon on it.
We did.
And
we're probably going to do the same thing.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, because this is it's 60% rye, so it's a little more than a barely legal. Because usually like 51%.
But it's carrying a proof too, so that's going to throw us way off. Because usually you get a sparkle, but it's still going to have a proof. So. Right. I don't think I'm not getting a mint right off the bat.
I think I shorted myself on this one. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm the pourer and I short pour myself. Oh yeah. Well, let's see. I'm not getting any mint right on that one.
No.
Because if I remember correctly, this one right here was big mint.
I think you are correct.
If I remember, that one was big mint. So this one has to be. I left my glasses over where I write my stuff down. If it's 2021, I want to say it's got to be at least a 5-year. Does it say it on there? It says crop 2021.
I remember seeing that.
No, because I what was that one right? The
6, I think.
And that's 2021 also. This would probably be a 6-year also. I think they started it for some reason in like 2019, and they started with like a 4-year stuff, and they're working their way through.
What I have noticed, though, when they some of them are down in proof, they're like hundreds, 90 something. Their prices are down too. It's not.
Oh, it did not
be like a $39.99 type deal, or no, I haven't seen 29, but usually 39.
Now you don't see these. It tastes like a rye.
I was gonna say, taste-wise, it jumps way more than a knob.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because the knob didn't even come around to a rye. We both picked Booker's. If you haven't seen that, it was in one of the.
This definitely tastes like a rye, but I'm not getting those.
Friday, week 20, I believe. That one had really no rye flavor. This one definitely has that rye.
And the sparkle and the hug.
It was 122 proof too, so it's definitely there. What was the year of this?
For the money though, it's.
What is this one here?
Oh boy, I think it's 2018.
Well, you're sitting there.
I'm gonna buy extra glasses for this little channel. Yeah, 2018. 114.
Do we compare?
Oh, is that you? That's what you're getting at?
Yeah,
I don't know what you're doing.
he's over there hiding it on me. Like, no, you can't drink that. I'm just kind of curious because 2018, it should
The
be,
light bulb didn't go off.
It should be 2 years younger, is what I'm kind of getting at. And this was This was also
For some
a rye.
reason, the rye they don't put an age on it.
It's not the same exact horse though, so I'm assuming it's a different. This might have a higher rye content. This might have been 95.5 rye. You know what I mean? Normally, they keep the same horse.
Flavor, you taste the rye, definitely.
All right, so the inside
Apparently,
one is
then
the new one.
They like blue for rye.
Which is funny because isn't it usually green? Everyone else goes with green. But you know what? We haven't found that out. I'm wondering if this isn't the color of their horse also. You know what I mean? Like they might actually have the color of the horse on the bottom.
The checkers.
It's kind of a neat. It's kind of a neat concept. You know, the fact that you could, if in reality, if the bourbon industry wasn't crazy and you could actually just buy stuff, it would be neat to have, like, say, the bourbon one and have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and have them all, and then you can keep them as a whole. You know, that would be cooler than getting horses with letters because you wouldn't have to hunt this far. But these are actually far and few between too.
They're not as.
They only come out and then they're like gone. Like you saw them at that one point.
Well,
because we've had this in the Santa sack.
A couple places have this year's, and they got the 5-year.
But that's what I'm saying. This year's, but like if we didn't get them as we were going along,
they'll be stretched. You got to find the old timer store. I just found a different one.
This is huge mint.
Yeah,
huge mint.
It is.
That's night and day right there.
Mm-hmm.
So this one must be a 95.5, right? I told you it's probably not a fair comparison, but this one's big mint.
Nope. Not a fair comparison at all. Proof, yes. Flavor, I'll take this one all day. You like this?
Yeah, because it's a huge mint. And again, it's not my favorite. Don't get me wrong. Like I would go to a bourbon, but when I get it, sometimes it's just happy. Like sometimes I want something different.
Well, that one's definitely a lot more rye because you get that.
Yeah, it's
quick sparkle.
This is a 95.5 rye. That one right here. I'll almost bet my life on that one because that one just hits you hard right off the bat.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me like when you did the Whistle Pig,
more than 60.
where it was where you got the rye right off the jump. No, in all reality, do I like this version of it better? Yes. Like I liked when we had, or even when we had the Wild Turkey 101 rye. It was like a barely legal rye, so you had the bourbon.
But with that, Rittenhouse won.
Rittenhouse really was awesome. Yeah,
so that was a weird one.
Did that one even come out? Or is that the one we scrapped because I screwed it? No, that one came out.
That one came out.
That one came out. Rittenhouse was a surprise winner on that one because we threw that in as a gag and it ended up coming out on top, I think. So
we thought we would pick that one like this.
Yeah, and no, it was like the most bourbon-esque one.
The funniest, though, the very first time through, I hit all the balls.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had to listen to you. And that was off.
My fault. No, what ends up happening in a blind, though, when you do them, the best part is when you compare like that. But you start second guessing yourself, but especially when you're trying to pick bottles.
I listen to you.
Especially when you're trying to pick bottles. You start
it is
thinking in your head. Like sometimes you're better off doing like you do and go, definitely that. I'm not changing my mind. Because sometimes your first instinct is what works.
My mind.
I know, but sometimes that works. Sometimes, you're dead wrong. This has been other ones when you were like, nope. It's not.
Number two's coming around with a butterscotch snows a little bit now.
I'm still getting a huge mint.
Not as crazy.
No.
I know the flavor.
I don't mind either one of these. I'm not going to lie. You definitely get a lot more of the mint on the younger one than you do. So but this honestly, is definitely, I want to say, is a higher rye. I think that one's a higher rye than this one is.
I agree.
I really.
But for $50, I think on both, they're worth the money.
When you look at so it says say this is a 6-year. They don't actually say 6-year on it, but in theory, it's supposed to be a 6-year because that's the progression that they're going on. For $50, it's not even $10 a year, which is like everyone tries to equate. Like you don't feel so bad if you pay $60 for a 6-year bourbon because it's like $10 a year. It's worth
it. It has a flavor. It has a nose, and it has a
good proof
and a good taste.
Yep.
So for the money, it's not. It's very good. It hangs around.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a good good tongue taste. It's got a good nose. I'm actually talking for both of them because they both are drinking. They're both good drinking.
Yeah, I don't remember what we paid for that one, but no, I 100% agree with you. This was $49.99 also, but no. I mean, we've been in that category, and we won't mention them. They're right over here on my right somewhere, but where you pay $50 and you feel violated. This isn't one of those cases.
Even if you're the mixer guy and you wanted the rye, yeah, this is going to make a great mix.
Oh, because it's got proof and a ton of. It really does bring a lot of the flavor.
It does.
I mean, can you get cheaper ones? Yes,
either one of them. I think.
Yeah. No, I agree. We actually haven't. I don't think we've had a Pinhook we didn't like. Huh?
The one cocktail that they like, the high rye or the rye they make out of. This is
Are you talking Manhattan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
We've never made one, but one day.
I've never had a Manhattan.
Me
either. I've never had one. I know that it has bitters or something in it. I've never made one. I've never had one. So I don't know.
I've watched Jeremy make one. Jeremy Sears. I've watched him a couple times make one. Well, one time make one, but
make me a Manhattan.
I don't know.
You've seen it once.
Yeah. Okay.
I've honestly never made. I've never made one. I wouldn't know.
Actually, I think he's got those kit guys that sponsor them. That it's 80 proof, and you just go. Doo.
Speaking of that, if you're here and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing so we can get the kit guys to sponsor us. So we can try to get. So then I can tell you how to make a Manhattan because they're going to send me a little kit with all the stuff, and we have to provide the alcohol. I'm not going to do the thing until you actually subscribe, until they actually sponsor us. But no, I do like them though. I like. It's kind of neat. Some of the ones that they make. You know, and do the different things.
Yep.
So I actually want to see what it was. I was actually kicking around an idea the other day. Like they say, like once you hit 1,000, you can have like it can be monetized and different things. People can sponsor you and stuff like that. And so that's kind of like my pinnacle of once we reach 1,000, then we finally made it into the whiskey tube market.
Subscribers.
1,000 subscribers, right? Then we officially did it, and I actually considered. Don't hold me to this, but I considered if we hit 1,000, I might even get my first ink ever of less cash, more mash, just because I said, then you finally made it. You know what I mean? Like we would be something. Right now, we're having fun, and it's a ton of fun. I actually enjoy doing it, and we're having a lot of people subscribe and watch us, and I appreciate it.
That's a shocker.
So thank you.
News to me.
But I actually thought of that the other day. I was like, you know what? It would actually legitimize the fact that we actually made it. So. Just keep that in mind. If you want to see me inked up, and I'll actually film it, and I'll be crying like a baby because needles all in me, So hit that subscribe if you want to see me cry.
The nose in this is better.
For you, yes.
No, it's
for the real rye people though.
Oh, this one's way mintier.
That's what I'm saying.
This one's more bourbon-esque.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. Like
so, yes, for me,
depending on
but
where
the flavor comes out when you drink this one.
Because some people that really like rye aren't bourbon fans because they like that rye. You know what I mean? So I agree with you. I agree with you.
Like this one as much. They'll like this one better. But.
Right. So those people that think that because MGP is like 95.5 rye, and that's what made rye famous again once they got rid of all the rye. And yes, I agree with you. But those hardcore rye people would like that one better because it really brings that 95.5.
Well, in the flavor, I know this jumps over. It's weird because it has a bourbon-esque nose.
Oh, I just got through the mint right there.
But doesn't have...
I almost got a hint of chocolate on that one. That was weird.
On this one?
Yeah, that just hit me weird.
No mint.
Yeah, York peppermint patty. Get the sensation. That's what I did. It just hit me.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, baby. It did. It was a weird hint. But overall, I actually... think they're both good.
I will agree.
I don't think we said anything bad about any of the Pinhooks so far.
I don't believe so. I think we kind of compared the two bourbons, and the 6-year we thought was better than the first bourbon. But again, nothing negative. It wasn't a bad bourbon.
The only difference would be I like the concept and I like the tier period. Is it pricey because you can get like Sazerac or Rittenhouse for sub $30? You know what I mean? That's the only issue when it comes to money.
Sazerac, though.
I don't think it would. It would proof-wise.
I was going to say, flavor and longevity. And
I got nothing negative to say. I'm just spitballing over here. I don't remember.
Rittenhouse might have a chance because it's 100.
That's 100 proof. Is Sazerac 80?
I think it's only 80. His glasses.
I don't know. My glasses are on the other side of the room. No, it don't matter. It's just curiosity factor, but 90 proof. But
Won't hold a tune here.
well, hey, get ready for Sunday Fun Day. We're gonna put it out there. But no, honestly, I like it. I really do. I
Again, I
It
like the
is-
whole bottle concept, and not a lot of people do this.
No.
So if you could see it and you find it, it's something different.
definitely something different. And
Whether you like the rye or the bourbon, we really haven't gone wrong, and it's usually up there in proof. I think this year they are actually down in
the
proof.
2022 that I want to say is in the Santa sack, I want to say is 100 proof. I
Yeah.
think that's the. I think they did come down.
I think the rye is like a 90.
I think they did come down in the proof over for this year's.
Yeah.
We do have one over there. We've had these in the Santa sack forever, and we did 3 quick ones, and then they got lost like everything else that's over there.
And I didn't, because the 5-year that I know where it is, it's like 79, and I don't want to pay that.
That's the other issue, right?
So that's my problem.
Right. So, well, there you go. We can leave it at that. Again, I really enjoy it. It going to be a preference. This one is more bourbon-esque rye than the last one is.
Nose-wise.
Nose-wise.
Flavor-wise.
You get the rye taste,
yeah.
but it's not like mint forward to me. It's there when you're drinking it. It's towards the end though.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't jump on you. Like this one says mint the whole way down. Like it's mint. You're not getting where this one gives you a bourbon flavor with a mint aftertaste type of a deal to me. A little bit. You know what I mean?
Quick though.
No, it's there. You definitely taste rye more than you smell it. So
I say go get one.
well, there you go. He says go get one. You got to listen to him. Big brother says yes. You got to do it. That's it. So. It's 122 proof, so that's the one good thing. It is definitely, it would definitely make a good drink if you were doing it as a mixer. So,
Well,
there
you ice it and you're happy.
Yeah, I like it, right, if you need to. Right. To me, as is, I think it's delicious. I really do.
Agree.
So, that being said,
I'm going to be quiet.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more.
Cheers.
Cheers.